Hey, welcome to the Sixx Daze podcast. I'm your host, Bob Sixx, and today I'm going to address cancel culture. I get asked that a lot. Aren't you worried about getting canceled? No, I'm not. I mean, what's going to happen? I get canceled and I just go about my life? You know, this phenomenon started in, and I'm calling it a phenomenon so that I'm not using foul language like I want to use. It started, I believe it was late 2010s, early 2020s, where, they said something I didn't like. If you're offended, that's a you problem. If you don't like something I say, don't watch me. If you don't like something a comedian says, don't go to his shows. If you don't like something said on TV, turn the channel. That's the extent of it. You. Now, do I think there are some things that shouldn't be out there? Yeah, I have my own opinions, but that's just it. That's just my opinion. See, freedom of speech doesn't just mean the stuff that you agree with. Freedom of speech is exactly that. Here's an example. I think racists, the hate groups, when they have their gatherings, and which is ironic, they always make sure they have the police with them. They carry on yelling and spewing all that hateful stuff. Well, that's not your right. You have the right to assemble peacefully. So all that yelling and screaming and stuff. And here's another thing. If you just didn't go, they'd just be talking to themselves. Just ignore them. Now, if they start coming towards you and trying to harm you, anybody tries to harm you or stop you from going somewhere or anything like that, then a different action should be taken. But somebody just spewing their stupid stuff, and that's my opinion. It's stupid. To them, it's not. But I don't agree with them saying any of that stuff. I don't agree with any of that stuff. But if they assembled peacefully and they said it, that's their right. That's their constitutional right to assemble peacefully and say that. I disagree with that. I don't think it should be out there. But again, freedom of speech is not just what I agree or you agree with. It's literally that, freedom of speech. There are people out there ruining people's careers. And sometimes it's not even a speech. I can't remember how long ago it was, but there was a lady, a school teacher at the Arlington Memorial Cemetery, who was in front of a sign that said, quiet, something that don't make any noise. So she took a selfie of her going, no sound. People were calling for her to be fired from her job. They made an assumption, and it's like a wildfire, like that pack mentality. People just jump on and go, yeah! Look what happened to Kevin Hart from some comment or a post from way back when. It's over. And again, regardless if it's tasteful or tasteless or offends you, he's got the right to say what he wants to say. You don't have to like it. That's the extent of it. If you're offended, don't watch. If any of you are offended, don't watch. When I was doing stand-up, I can't count how many times people come up to me after show and go, hey, you can't tell that joke. I tell a joke about my best friend who's now passed away, but I make a gay joke. He loved the joke. His mother loves the joke. So the two of them love it. I'm not going to stop telling it. You can be upset. That's a you problem. The person involved in it loved the joke. And it's not a bad joke. So this whole, you going to fire some Paula Deen. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. People digging up dirt from you from your past. Well, when you were 4, you shit your pants and ate your boogers. We're not going to buy tires from you, or we don't want you serving us McDonald's, whatever it is. Well, good God, that was 20 years ago. It may have. Stuff like, I don't think you should be able to do that. And again, and I keep stressing because it's that important. If you are offended, that's a you thing. You don't have to watch my reaction videos. You don't have to listen to my podcast. You don't have to say hi to me at Walmart. It's just like that. You don't have to like me. I have never, in all my years of being on YouTube, watching YouTube, I have never left a negative comment. I've responded negatively. When I first started doing reactions, and some people would say, because I don't mind if you hate me, but I just want to make sure we're clear on why you hate me. So if you say something that's wrong, I used to correct you. Now I don't even do it. It is what it is. Here's an example. The very first reaction I did to Baby Metal, I can't even remember how long ago it was, but I said, and this person ignored all the good stuff that I said in the entire video and focused on the one thing I said that upset him. I said in the video how much I enjoyed them, the music and all that, but I didn't like their stupid poppy dance. This is the comment that I got today. Quotes, stupid poppy dance? Wow, you disrespectful piece of crap. These three girls, now young ladies, started their careers around the age of 7 and worked their asses off to get where they are. They are amazing, all in uppercase, dancers and singers, and for you to call their dancing stupid just shows what a moron you are. Stop listening to them if you think they're stupid. Mental midget. I have a difference of opinion on that one thing. Yet that's warranted. Now, if you said, wow, I really loved your reaction, and I responded that way to you, I could be canceled. I'm not allowed. I'm supposed to respond to comments, but I'm not supposed to get snippy back. I find that odd. That's kind of one-sided. So now not only are you infringing on people's freedom of speech, they're not allowed to say anything back. It's not going to a good place. You know, when I was growing up, somebody said something you didn't like, you could say something back. You could ignore them. You could punch them in the snot box. I'm not advocating that, but that's the reason my generation's not so thin-skinned. We didn't have keyboard to hide behind. So I think that also fuels cancel culture. There's no consequence or no repercussion from them getting online going, we should cancel this person. I hate that person. They said this 13 years ago. What? People change. People grow. You know, I don't think it's right if you're a member of that group that wants to cancel everybody that says something that offends you. What are you going to do when war jumps off? What if we're invaded? You can't just go, I don't like that. We're going to cancel this. It's not how it works. You don't have the right to cancel anybody unless they've done something specifically to you that physically harmed you or cost you financial duress. Just because you're upset by something somebody says or an action that they do, that doesn't give you the right to cancel them, to ruin their careers. Don't watch them. When I do stand-up, if somebody doesn't like a joke or if the room doesn't like the joke, they don't laugh. That's the extent of it. They don't all get up and go, well, you're not allowed to be a comedian anymore. We didn't like that one joke. I've told jokes that have completely bombed so hard that the crickets didn't even chirp. It is what it is. I didn't get mad at the audience. It's not their fault. They didn't get mad at me. Obviously, this joke worked other times or I wouldn't be telling it. You know, people out there cancel. I know comedians that have stopped performing. Now, I stopped performing not because of cancel culture. I got too much going on in my life. Work. So I had to pick something to stop, and I chose that. But I know comedians that have stopped performing because they have to keep slicing up their material. Well, I can't tell that joke, and I can't tell that joke, and I can't tell that joke. That's never stopped me. No matter what, I do my set. And if you don't like it, that's just too bad. But again, being offended is a you thing. When I get offended by people trying to cancel stuff. don't watch it. That's the extent of it. You wouldn't like it if you went to work one day and suddenly everybody gathered around and went, well, you know, Kev, we just don't think that you mop the floor accordingly, you know, because you sing them offensive songs with all them foul words in it. So we decide you're fired. And you'd be upset about that. Same thing, you're canceled from that. I don't understand that mentality. I was raised, people are going to say stuff that you don't like. You're going to see things you don't like. You're going to hear things you don't like. That's the extent of it. Don't watch it. Don't listen to it. You hear a song you don't like? Don't listen to it. That's the extent of it. You don't have the right to cancel it. You know, there's lots of music out there that says a lot of offensive stuff. I don't listen to it. I listen to a lot of stuff that does have offensive stuff in it, but it doesn't offend me. It offends other people. One thing I found out that bothers people the most, out of everything, out of jokes, which I find odd. You go to a comedy show, you hear something, and you get upset. We need to cancel him. He said some things I didn't like. No, you don't go see him again. That's the extent of it. My parents raised me that if you don't like something, don't do it again. Meaning, if you go to a comedy show, you don't like jokes, don't go see that comedian again. If you're watching TV and there's something on it, I promise you, there's lots of stuff out there that offends me. That's just it. It offends me. I hear commercials all the time that offend me. There's a laundry list. I'm not going to read it. But you can Google cancel culture. There's a laundry list of things that have been canceled. I don't get it. Don't watch it. Don't listen to it. Also, be a little more you. Don't let somebody else steal your cool or your shine or your happiness because they said something stupid or something that offended you. That's, again, I know I keep saying that, but that's it. That's the extent of being offended. It's a you thing. You don't have the right to stop people. I don't understand that. I grew up watching people do shit that I don't agree with. But as long as they're not physically harming people, financially ruining people, or doing some other things that there's other damage that can be done, as long as they're not doing that. If they're just over there and they're saying stuff that I don't agree with, or like this guy, I didn't respond to him. He's got the right to say it. Do I agree with it? Nope. It's his opinion. I don't know this person. You be you. Be the best you. You be an example of how you think other people should be. I am. I'm brutally honest. But do I want a world full of Bobs? No. Because I do have sides and things that even I don't like. But, you know, I'm respectful. He says I wasn't, but I give my opinions and it hurts a lot of people's feelings. Used to, I just blurted them out. But now when somebody asks my opinion, I ask, are you sure? And they say, yes, I feel I owe you that and feel I should be honest. This cancel culture, as long as you're lying, you know, because they think they're controlling you. They're making people scared of being honest. So what does that do? That promotes lying. So you have a wolf in sheep's clothing. You're like, oh, we're the best of friends. He's awesome. Meanwhile, he's not awesome. He hates you. He's going to rob you or whatever the case. At whatever moment, once you don't, he's used you up, got all the use out of you he wants, it's over. So that's another thing that cancel culture promotes is dishonesty. If someone tells me straight up, I don't like guys that use the F word. I don't like guys that wear shirts like yours. At least I know. But if they're afraid they're going to get canceled for saying that, they won't say that. But the first chance they get you in the back. I have to watch words. AI is getting crazy. But anyways, so this whole cancel culture thing, I think we need to cancel that. Let people be people. We have laws to protect people. But just because you got your feelings hurt or you got mad, you're putting way too much into it. If a stranger on the internet says something that pisses you off, don't watch that person, to include me. 100%. If you don't like what I'm saying or what I do, don't watch. Don't listen. That's the extent of it. Again, I'm not afraid of being canceled. Cancel me. The only reason I don't talk like I normally talk and say things the way I would normally say them is because then I won't get promoted. They won't put my stuff out there. And I'm trying to reach more people. I'm not afraid to say what I think. I know who I am. I'm very self-confident. Some people call it cocky. Some people call it arrogant. I'm very self-confident. I'm not afraid of putting it out there. I'm sure I've said something wrong and somebody's going to tell me. When I pronounce names wrong, especially when I pronounce the name wrong, it's in Japanese. Instead of saying anything about anything else I said, you said that word wrong, right? Focusing on the negative. Why do that? There is so much good out there in life. I think if we started, instead of cancel culture, pushing the good stuff, people doing good things, being true human beings, maybe that would catch on. Because right now it's all just negative doom and gloom and cancel culture. That's all you see on the news. No matter what good happens, they'll put one little good story in there towards the end and everything else is just bad. We're constantly being bombarded with bad, yet nobody's calling for the news to be canceled or holding them accountable for telling false stories. Everybody's just like, yeah, I'm in line with that. There's so many people out there that even when you show them the truth, look, like the world's round. I know I've mentioned that the other day, but flat earthers just blow my mind. That's their right to think that, but the proof's out there. And again, just in case you didn't hear me say it before, if the world was flat, the edge would be a tourist attraction and people would be charging you money to look at it. So people would rather jump on these bandwagons. And if you pay attention to any of this stuff going on around us, they are bandwagons. Some of them are a little sturdier and last a little bit longer than others. But people like to jump on bandwagons, that pack mentality. Look at all these people. They hate the same stuff I hate. How about finding people that love the same stuff you love? Let's promote goodness. Stop canceling. That'll go away. Once it's not in style for people to just run around canceling people, look, we're promoting good stuff. Maybe it'll help turn us around. Once we unite as people, stop letting the media divide you. Stop going, well, you can't say that and you can't say that. And you focus on the good, all the good we have in common. And let's turn this thing around, because as long as we're fighting amongst ourselves, government's going to do whatever they want to do. And you're going, what the hell does that have to do with cancel culture? They love cancel culture because you get on that and that's all you do is focus on ruining this person's life. Meanwhile, people who probably should have their lives canceled or their careers canceled, well, because on the outside they look good. They must be good. We're going to support them. And then you find out 20 years down the road, oh my God, that was a horrible person, but that bandwagon was dope and I had a lot of friends, so yay me. So seriously, let's stop cancel culture. People have the right to be who they are, even if they're shitty. But you don't have to support them. You don't have to be a part of their lives. They have the right to exist. Like I said, you wouldn't want someone canceling you over something stupid. Well, Betty, you made a left-hand turn. You didn't turn signal. You're not allowed to drive anymore. We're canceling you. You have to walk everywhere. You can't even take the bus. And you lose your job. Let's stop doing that. You don't have to like it. And if it's something that's hurting someone, let's get some laws passed. Let's do that. Let's make our government work for us like they're supposed to. You know, there's some good laws that have been passed because of things that have happened. So we know it can be done. But you don't have to ruin someone's life or cancel them, because if they're truly a criminal and deserve to be put away, they can probably get put away. Especially if we make it a law. And I don't mean a law like, well, you can't say the F word, or you can't eat provolone cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich. Whatever it is that you don't like. Because like I keep saying that because that's how I feel. Being offended is a you thing. I get offended, you get offended. But that's the extent of it. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean you have to not like it. I've never even considered getting someone canceled. But like I said, Google it sometime and look at all the products that have been canceled due to cancel culture. We're doing good. No, you're ruining people's lives. Wiping them out. Really sad. So, I don't know. What do you think about cancel culture? I mean, I guess if I get canceled, I'll know what you thought. But, hey, I appreciate some suggestions in the comments below. Or comments. Let me know what you think. Do you support cancel culture? Do you think we need to try something different for a while? This has been going on quite some time. Let's try something different. Positive. Let's lift people up, not beat them down. So, there we go. Again, please, I need comments and suggestions, what you want me to talk about. I'll keep doing this as long as y'all keep watching or listening, however you're doing it. So I hope you have a great day. Make someone laugh. Don't forget to tell your friends and family each and every time you leave that you love them, because you just never know when that's going to be the last chance you get to tell them. Be safe, y'all. We're living in some crazy ass times. Till next time, I am Bob Sixx. Peace.